If you've ever bought a ticket for the ballet at a venue like Covent Garden here in London, you could be forgiven for thinking that ballet is a lucrative business. In fact, most dance groups survive as social enterprises. John Michael Schert, as one of those co-founders of a dance group, he trained at the acclaimed American Ballet Theatre in New York. And now he is advising MBA and master's students at Chicago Booth School of Business as their first artist in residence. He's here in London now, and I've come to speak to him about his work and whether ballet really can teach something to the business world. I'm here with Harry Davis and John Michael Schert. Harry Davis, why have you brought into Chicago Business School someone like John Michael?
Well, I have an interest in both depth of knowledge but also breadth of knowledge. And I really believe that bringing in an artist into a business school that is very strongly analytic based is going to enrich the school and the learning experiences and the business community on the breadth dimension. We were very lucky to have John Michael be our first visiting artist in residence, and he will be the first of, I hope, many, many artists who interact with all of us.
And John Michael, you have performed on some of the greatest stages. You've trained with one of the world's most renowned dance schools. What do you see as a link between ballet and business?
There's very little similarity between the form of ballet and the form of business, but I think what we're working at as artists and as leaders and as very advanced business people is this elusive balance of the craft, the skill or the job that you have assigned to do, and the ability to create and iterate and evolve that job. I think artists are exceptional, and as a dancer, you have a very rigid rigor and form, but how are you turning something that's very set and standard into something new and original every time, every moment? I think that's very similar to being a leader and an executive in any setting, but especially in a business school and in a Fortune 500 company.
Harry, John Michael has background also sort of co-founding businesses. Is the point of him being here to teach people who want to be entrepreneurs, or is there some relevance here for people who are going to go and work for a large corporate multinational?
I think the answer to your question is it's for both. I think that the ability to attract followers, to excite people, to inspire, applies to both the entrepreneurial startup as well as a large organization where you're trying to enlist the behaviors of many, many people to move forward in a particular direction. So I don't think it's limited in any sense to a particular industry or particular size of company.
And John Michael, as a co-founder, did you find any experiences you had as a dancer relevant as an entrepreneur?
Most certainly. I think we often only see the artist or the dancer as, again, for the product, for what they put on stage. You think dancers are athletic or graceful or powerful, but the rigor involved and the ability to constantly be reinventing is hugely important. Being a co-founder, you're dealing with a great amount of unknown. You have these things you have to get accomplished, and my skill as a dancer hugely translated over.
Being an entrepreneur, Harry, is something that people are born with. People in John Michael's profession, in dance and the creative arts, often talk about a sort of innate talent that some performers have. Are these things, do you think, business skills are things that you're born with or that you can acquire?
Well, it would be hard for me to say as an educator that I believe that business people are born, because I hope that the work I've done really enriches people and gives them the tools and the capabilities to move forward. I really believe that leadership is a behavior. It's not something that's inborn. Behavioral skills can be learned because that's what allows people to perform in very different contexts.
And John Michael, people presumably have said to you, you have a sort of God-given talent. Do you think it's talent or it's ambition or it's hard work that gets you to the top of either the performing arts or business?
I think it's all of the above, but I think it's finding within the demand, the coulds and shoulds of what you need to do, finding the intrinsic motivation, and constantly sort of understanding your full potential and bringing that to the fore. I think that's most important. What Harry was saying, those behaviors can be honed, you can learn, you can train, and so I think it's a cop-out sometimes to say, well, I wasn't born with those skills. I think you can definitely continue to strive and add them to your repertoire.
John Michael Schert, Harry Davis, thank you very much.
Thank you.